If there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that life is unpredictable. No matter how well we plan, there are always bumps in the road. An unexpected car repair, a medical bill, or even a sudden job change. It can all feel like a storm hitting when you're least prepared. And that's exactly why having an emergency fund is so important. An emergency fund is like your safety net. It's your financial first aid kit for when things don't go as planned. Now, we know it's not easy for everyone to just set aside a chunk of money. A lot of us are working paycheck to paycheck, and that's okay. You can still build up your emergency fund, and in this video, we're here to show 15 quick and effective methods to build your $1,000 emergency fund. These methods are realistic, actionable, and they're designed for those of us who may not have it easy but still want to be prepared for life's surprises. So, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on the valuable insights we share. We're all about helping you get on solid financial ground, and it starts right here, right now. Let's get started. The first quick method to build your $1,000 emergency fund is to take on a savings challenge. This one is perfect for anyone who loves feeling that sense of achievement. A savings challenge involves setting a specific goal for yourself, either a weekly or a yearly one, and then breaking it down into smaller, manageable parts. For example, let's say your emergency fund goal is $1,000. You can break that down into a weekly goal. If you divide $1,000 by 52 weeks, that comes out to just about $19.23 per week. Doesn't that sound a lot more doable? Instead of thinking about the big $1,000, you're now focused on just under $20 each week. It's a lot less intimidating when you look at it like that. To make it even easier, you can set up an automatic transfer each week to your savings account. That way, you're building your emergency fund without having to think about it too much. So, take on that savings challenge and start chipping away at your goal, little by little, week by week. Before you know it, you'll have that $1,000 emergency fund ready to catch you whenever you need it. The next quick method to build your $1,000 emergency fund is to sell your old stuff. We all have things lying around that we no longer use. This is a great way to declutter and make some extra cash. Take a look around your home, in your closets, garage, or attic. You might be surprised by what you can sell. Even older electronics, like a laptop you don't use anymore, could bring in $50 to $100. Every bit counts when you're working toward that emergency fund. Sites like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or even a local consignment shop are great places to sell. Remember what Marie Kondo said: the best way to find out what we really need is to get rid of what we don't. Not only will you be making money, but you'll also feel a little more organized and free. So grab those items and turn them into cash for your emergency fund. Another effective way to build your $1,000 emergency fund is to use your tax refund. If you're someone who usually gets a tax refund each year, this can be an easy way to make progress toward your savings goal. Financial expert Dave Ramsey says, act your wage. Using your tax refund wisely is a step toward being in control of your finances and getting ahead. According to the IRS, the average tax refund in the United States was around $2,763. Imagine what a chunk of that could do for your emergency fund. Even setting aside just a portion of it can give you a big head start. For some of you, this could mean covering your entire emergency fund goal all at once. Alternatively, if you'd rather have that extra money spread throughout the year, you could adjust your tax withholdings to lower your refund. That way, you'll have more money in each paycheck, which you can use to build your emergency fund more steadily. The next quick method to build your $1,000 emergency fund is to pick up a side hustle. It doesn't have to be permanent, just long enough to get that emergency fund going. There are two main types of side hustles you could consider. The first is getting a part-time job. For instance, if I were to get a part-time job, I might work at a place like Target, because we shop there a lot, and that employee discount would definitely help out with groceries. You could also work as a server or bartender, which can bring in decent money, especially with tips. The second option is to monetize a hobby. Do you paint? Sell your artwork? Are you good with computers? Offer to build or repair them for people. If you're a musician, sell your songs. There's always a way to turn your skills into cash if you get creative. As Steve Jobs once said, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Find something you enjoy that can also earn you money, and before you know it, you'll be well on your way to reaching that $1,000 emergency fund target. The next quick method to build your $1,000 emergency fund is to use your raises. Whenever you get a raise, whether it's due to a performance boost or a promotion, you can use it strategically to grow your savings. The trick here is to pretend the raise isn't there. Keep budgeting based on your old income and use the difference between your old income and your new income to grow your emergency fund. If you automate this process by setting up an automatic transfer for that extra amount, you won't even miss it, and your emergency fund will grow steadily without much effort. Another quick way to build your $1,000 emergency fund is to cut out some other budgets, just temporarily. This means making small sacrifices now for a big payoff later. Think about some of the wants that you could reduce for a short while. Maybe you could eat out less often, skip that morning coffee a couple of times a week, or cut back on some of your entertainment budget. If you have cable, consider switching to a cheaper streaming service like Hulu or Netflix. For example, when you cut the cable and went for a streaming service, you saved about $70 every month. That savings adds up, and before long, you've got a sizable chunk of money to put towards your emergency fund. It's all about thinking strategically about what you can temporarily do without. Like Mark Cuban once said, living cheaply will help you win financially. Those small changes can help you build your fund without too much hassle. The next quick method to build your $1,000 emergency fund is something called impulse save. We've all been there. You're out and about, you see something you want to buy, and it's all too tempting. Instead of making an impulsive purchase, here's what you do. Transfer that same amount to your savings account instead. Most banks have mobile apps that make this easy. Say you wanted to buy a $25 item, but decide against it. Just open your banking app and put that $25 into your emergency fund savings instead. Not only will you save the money, but you'll also avoid the clutter or buyer's remorse that sometimes comes with impulse shopping. This is a great way to turn your impulse into something productive. Like Suze Orman says, if you're going to splurge, splurge on your future. That way, your savings account grows, and you're still satisfying that urge to take action. It's a win-win. The next quick method to build your $1,000 emergency fund is to work out at home. If you currently have a gym membership, consider canceling it for a few months and putting that money directly into your emergency fund instead. Gym memberships can often cost upwards of $75 a month, and those savings can add up quickly. You can still keep up with your fitness goals at home by using free resources like Derby.com, which offers plenty of bodyweight-based workout programs that you can do without any equipment. You'll stay fit, save money, and get one step closer to your emergency fund goal. As fitness guru Jack LaLanne once said, exercise is king, nutrition is queen. Put them together and you've got a kingdom. Keep your kingdom intact, stay active, and use that extra cash to boost your savings. The next quick method to build your $1,000 emergency fund is to set a clear goal. Tony Robbins once said, setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. Research continues to show that people who write down their goals are more likely to achieve them. Write down your emergency fund goal, give it a specific amount and a target date. Maybe you want to save $1,000 in 6 months. Write that down and then break it down into smaller, manageable parts. Reverse engineer it so you know exactly what you need to save each week or month to reach that target. Keep that goal somewhere visible and look at it every morning. It serves as a daily reminder of why you're saving, and it'll keep you motivated to stay on track. Having that goal clearly in mind can make all the difference in sticking with your plan and making it happen. Another quick method to build your $1,000 emergency fund is to temporarily reduce your 401k contributions. If you're contributing a large portion of your paycheck to your retirement, it might be worth considering reducing or pausing those contributions for a short while to boost your emergency fund. Just make sure you're still contributing enough to get your company's match if they offer one. That's essentially free money. Beyond that, cutting back on retirement savings for a few months won't make much of a difference in the long run, but it could make a significant impact on your emergency fund now. As soon as you've reached your emergency fund goal, be sure to bump your retirement contributions back up. Like financial expert Susie Orman advises, building an emergency fund is the first step towards financial freedom. Once you've got your safety net, you can get back to planning for the future, secure in the knowledge that you've got your back covered. The next quick method to build your $1,000 emergency fund is to freelance your skills. If you have a marketable skill, why not put it to use and make some extra cash? You could freelance as a graphic designer, a writer, or even help people fix their computers. Sites like Upwork or Fiverr are great places to start finding small gigs. If freelancing doesn't suit you, consider taking a second job, even if it's just temporary. The extra income can make a huge difference when you're trying to get that emergency fund in place. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts, Winston Churchill said. Freelancing is a way to get the courage to take that next step for financial security. Every dollar you make counts toward that goal, and you'll be surprised at how quickly it adds up. The next quick method is to save on auto insurance. Auto insurance can be a major expense, but with some adjustments, you could save a substantial amount. For example, consider switching to liability insurance if it suits your current needs. This switch can save you hundreds of dollars every year. Take the amount you save each month and put it right into your emergency fund. Even a savings of $50 a month can add up to $600 in a year. It's easy to let small savings go unnoticed, but if you make it a point to transfer those savings into your fund, they can make a big impact. As Benjamin Franklin said, "Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship." Addressing these small leaks in your budget, like insurance overpayment, can help you stay afloat and build a safety net for your future. The next quick method to build your emergency fund is something we call the dollar bill trick. The idea is simple. Save every single $1 bill you get as change. Whenever you make a cash purchase, take those $1 bills and put them aside. To make it easier, keep an envelope or a jar at home specifically for this purpose. It may sound small, but you'd be surprised how fast it adds up. Let's say you save an average of just $1 a day. That's $365 by the end of the year. That could be over a third of your emergency fund without even feeling like you're saving. Financial guru Dave Ramsey always says, "Save like no one else, so later you can live like no one else." Even these small amounts can help you reach your goal, and the key is consistency. Another quick way to build your $1,000 emergency fund is to refinance your existing loans. This could mean your mortgage, your car loan, or any other loans you may have. By refinancing to a lower interest rate, you can reduce your monthly payments and save money. Take that savings and immediately transfer it to your emergency fund. You might save $100 a month, and over the course of a year, that's $1,200. Just imagine how much faster you could reach your emergency fund goal. Albert Einstein once said, "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it." Understanding how to make interest work in your favor can put you well on your way to financial security. The last quick method is to use a double-purpose account. This is a great tip from Trent of the Simple Dollar, who wanted to pay down debts while still having a secure emergency fund. Here's how it works. Create an account that has a minimum balance goal. For example, let's say you set a minimum of $500. Once you reach that minimum in the account, any extra savings above that amount can be used to pay off a specific debt. This approach allows you to both save for emergencies and reduce your debts. If you save up $700, you can use the extra $200 to pay down a debt. This approach not only helps you build an emergency fund, but it also tackles debt at the same time, giving you a double benefit. Like Trent says, it's about having financial security while still making progress on your debt. It's a win-win strategy that helps you move closer to financial freedom while building that safety net. And there you have it, 15 quick methods to build your $1,000 emergency fund. We hope you found these tips helpful and that you're ready to start making progress towards your emergency savings. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing and hitting that notification bell, you'll stay in the loop on more practical financial tips and strategies to help you stay ahead of the game. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay financially strong.